What's up, guys? It's your boy Yoshimitsu Kana coming back at you with another video. In this video, we're gonna do a ranked tier list of JRPG and RPG franchises. And as you can see here, I got the list right here. And I've always wanted to do one of these, but I've just never managed to find a list that I think suited my need, or not my needs, but suited my interests. And I found this one. I'm like, okay, you know what? This one would be a lot of fun. So, again, I want to preface this before we start. This is just my personal opinion, so don't think that I'm like attacking your favorite franchise if I don't want to play it or I played and I didn't like it. I promise you that if there's something on here genuinely that I'm interested in, I'm more than welcome for the open discussion on why it's good. Now, again, this is personal based on what I've played and what I've experienced. So, yeah, there might be some unpopular opinions, but you know what? It is what it is. So, starting off, we got the tiers. We got S, A, B, C, D, F, desire to play and not desire to play. So basically how this is going to work is if I have a favorite of all time in that franchise, it's going to go in the S tier. If they are games that I love within the series, it'll go into the A tier. B, it means I enjoyed each time I got a new entry. C is like I got some hits, I got some misses. D, I was not a huge fan of, but there was like one or two maybe that I really, really loved. And then F, none played and I didn't enjoy. And then there's going to be the desire to play tier and the no desire to play tier. Basically, I wanted to have a tier on here that if I hadn't played it yet, I still want to kind of give a ranking for those. So that's going to be how we're going to do this. So, you know, if you guys have some opinions on some of these, you know, let me know in the comments. Would you rank these the way I would or not? Let me know. Alrighty, so starting off, we are going to go with Ark the Lad. Now, I do have a history with Ark the Lad. There is one specific game in the franchise. I can't remember what it is. I think it's called Angel of Darkness or something. I remember playing this game as a kid, and I got it on PS2 and rented it and loved it. And I revisited it years later, and I don't remember much about it. I think it's one of those ones I gotta go back and play. I know there are several other Ark the Lad games, but I've never played them. So now I do remember really enjoying that Ark the Lad, so I'm gonna go with not a huge fan, D tier, just mainly because I'm not like looking for it, but maybe if I revisit it, it might go up to C. So the next one we have is the Altair series. I have played, I think it's Altair Riza. I can't remember. It's the lady with the thick thighs and does alchemy. I did enjoy it for what it was. So, I mean, we'll put it at D tier. It's not better than Ark the Lad, but we'll put it at D tier mainly just because it was fun. I did enjoy my time. I only played 3-4 hours of it, so I don't have a good opinion, but it wasn't enough to sour me away where I thought it was bad. So, and I know there are several Altair games in that franchise, and I've only played one. So, next we have Bravely Default. Now, this is kind of an odd one because I have the desire to play it, but the more I hear about it, the less I want to play it because they tell me there's not a lot of emphasis on the story. So, we'll put it in desire to play because, again, I still want to check it out. I got to see it for myself. So next we have Breath of Fire. Again, this is another one that I've really wanted to play, but I've never had the chance to, and people praise it very highly. Definitely want to play it over Bravely Default. Definitely want to do that. We're going to put Breath of Fire as one of the top ones. Chocobo's Dungeon. I've never heard of this. I'm just going to go with no desire to play just because I don't know anything. I'd rather not put it on desire to play. So, Chrono. Okay. So, in full dishonesty, I've never finished Chrono Trigger. I've gotten to like the last, I think, part of the game, and I never managed to finish it. I have played Chrono Cross, haven't managed to beat that, mainly because it's so enraging how to recruit party members. So, I'm definitely not gonna put it at S tier like a lot of people probably think I should. But I'm definitely gonna go to games that I love because I did enjoy Chrono Cross's combat and world, and I definitely enjoyed Chrono Trigger a whole lot. I did love the game from when I played. So, but it's not gonna be in favorite of all time. Might be an unpopular opinion, might not. All right, next, Dark Cloud. Easy, S tier, favorite of all time. Dark Cloud 1 while I think it's a little bit dated by today's standards, it still has the great weapon upgrading system. It has the wonderful town building mechanic. I think the story is very interesting. I unfortunately just don't know a lot about it. And then Dark Cloud 2. It's easily one of the best games I've ever played. Easily. It's literally in my top 5 all time. So, again, it's going to be an S tier. That might be a little controversial, but I love the Dark Cloud games so much, and I really wish they would give us Dark Cloud 3. That's all I'm asking, level 5. Dark Cloud 3. Come on. So, definitely putting Dark Cloud in the S tier. It's one of my favorite franchises of all time. All right. The next one we have is Dark Souls. This is kind of an unpopular opinion, but I've actually never played Dark Souls. So I haven't played any of them. Now, I've played Elden Ring, I played Sekiro, I played Bloodborne, I played Lies of P, but I've never played Dark Souls, the franchise. So this one is definitely going to be on a desire to play, mainly because, again, I've never played it. I just gotta preface that. The original 3 Dark Souls, I played Souls-like games. I played a lot of them. I was actually streaming Hell Is Us recently as a Souls-like. So don't come for me, okay? I swear, it was not my intention. It was not my intention to never play them. So maybe I'll do like a long Let's Play of them or something. I don't know. But that is on a desire to play. Next, we have Digimon. Digimon, it's a very hit or miss for me. There was Digimon Dungeon 2, I think, for PlayStation 1. I loved a lot. And then there was the Cyber Sleuth game, which I did enjoy, but I felt like I was able to like raise my Digimon's levels to like absurd heights like way too quickly. Like I had just gotten into like the leveling system and it was just way too easy. So I'm definitely gonna put it in the D tier. Mainly just because, you know what, no, it's gonna be right there. Mainly because I do gotta give props to the PS1 Digimon game. I did love that one. And I also really did love Cyber Sleuth for the little bit that I did play. I just don't think it's really balanced in terms of the franchise, because there's not a lot of Digimon games out there that I want to play. So next we have Dissigia. I have played Dissigia 5, and I'm just gonna be honest, this is an F tier game. I don't like it. It's not fun for me. While I do think the combat is okay, it's just not for me. So Dot Hack. This is a very interesting franchise, okay? I played the very first Dot Hack when it came out, and I was clamoring for the second one. Like, I was begging for it, and then they all just came out and went, and I never knew about it. I've never played anything past the first Dot Hack. I played the first one like a million times. And now, you have Dot Hack, Code GE, Reuse, whatever it is, and I have played the first game of that. Now, unfortunately, the thing that I like about Dot Hack is the story. Like, that's the number one thing. Because the story is one of the most interesting in any video game I've ever played. The problem is everything else is not as much fun. I personally think that the first Dot Hack series was really good in the combat. Even if it had that really weird pausing system where you had to select skills. I didn't really like Dot Hack's Code Ryu, whatever it's called, combat, because I was so over leveled in the first game that I just kind of trounced my way through the second game. Just made it kind of boring. So I'm gonna go C tier. C tier. Okay. Next we have Dragon Quest. Part of me wants to put this in S tier just for Dragon Quest 8. It has one of my favorite games of all time in there, but you know what? No, we're gonna go S tier. S tier for sure. Because now that I'm thinking about it, because Dragon Quest 11, one of my favorite games of all time. Dragon Quest 8, my top 5 favorite of all time. I played Dragon Quest 3, was kind of It's still fun, but you know, it shows its age. So Dragon Quest is definitely gonna sit at S tier. I think just based on what it's done for the industry, I kind of feel obligated to put it there. But just from my personal experience, there are 2 games that I spent a lot of time and enjoyed so much. So I'm gonna put it in S tier. All right, so the next one is Dragon Warrior. I know nothing about this franchise, know nothing, so we're just gonna put no desire just because I don't know anything. All right, Dragon's Dogma. This will be very controversial, okay? I'm gonna go with F. I definitely liked it more than Dice City, yeah, for sure. Definitely did not like this game at all. The combat was pretty fun for the most part because I played a rogue and that was one of the better classes, but I just didn't like it. I didn't like the world. I wasn't really a fan of the lack of the story. I wasn't a big fan of the sort of pawn system. It didn't interest me, so that's gonna go in F tier. Next we have Drakengard. I have personally never played Drakengard, but I really, really want to play it because this series is held in high regard. So we're gonna put that right behind Dark Souls. Next we have Etrian Odyssey. Not a fan. I've actually heard of this one though. I'm just not a fan of mindless. Not mindless. Let me rephrase that. I'm just not a fan of dungeon crawlers where that's its sole purpose. I like a story. I like characters. So not super interesting. No desire to play. It's gonna be at that tier. Final Fantasy Tactics. I have never played Final Fantasy Tactics. I am looking so forward to the remake or remaster that's coming out in September. I have it pre-ordered. I'm gonna do a live stream and some videos on it, but have never played Final Fantasy Tactics. I'm really looking forward to playing it for the first time. I know it's considered one of those GOAT franchises, so I'm really, really looking forward to playing it. I have played Tactics Ogre, which is kind of like a spiritual successor, but Final Fantasy Tactics is the OG. I'm looking forward to playing it for the very first time in September. So, Final Fantasy, S tier. It's my favorite franchise of all time. I got it tattooed on me. Enough said. Fire Emblem. So I've only ever played 2 Fire Emblem games, and it was Awakening and the Three Houses. Three Houses was incredible. It's one of the best Switch games I ever played. I didn't really like Awakening, mainly because it didn't do a great job of introducing mechanics. And look, correct me if I'm wrong, everybody, because I don't know if this is true or not, but when I bought Fire Emblem Awakening, I had to buy the DLC to play the game. So like I bought the game for 40 and then I had to buy the DLC for 20 bucks. So like maybe I misremember. I don't know. But I'm not like super big Fire Emblem fan. Like I said, it's got some hits. Just because Three Houses is such a great game, I'm just gonna put it in the C tier. Next we have Front Mission. I know nothing about it. I have zero desire to play it. I'm good with that. Golden Sun. Golden Sun is really interesting. It's a very, I think, underrated franchise. I did play Golden Sun 1 when I was really young. I've always wanted to play Golden Sun 2. However, I think that while I wish we could play Golden Sun again, I think they also might show their age a bit, just based on the sort of combat system that's super convoluted. So I'm definitely gonna put this in C tier, just because Golden Sun 1 is absolutely incredible. So Grandia, I have played a majority of the first one on my Switch with the remaster. I did enjoy with what I had. I didn't beat it, obviously. That's kind of just the story of me. And then Grandia 2, I hear is the best one in the franchise. I booted it up, I wasn't in the right mindset. And then I heard Grandia 3 was quite garbage from a story standpoint. So we're gonna go with D tier. I definitely like it more than Arc the Lad for sure. I definitely got to play 2, and once I play 2, I'll be able to have kind of a better ranking for this one. But we're gonna go D tier for right now, just because I've only played 1. Kingdom Hearts, S tier for sure. I got it tattooed on me. It's a big part of my franchise or my childhood. It's hard to not talk about Kingdom Hearts and not get emotional just because it means so much to me. Again, that's kind of an unpopular opinion, especially with the way Yumetsu does the story, which I still think is super convoluted. But the first 2 Kingdom Hearts games carry it, and it'll always be in my heart. So it'll go in S tier. It's better than Dragon Quest, but it's not better than Dark Cloud and Final Fantasy. So next we have Trails in the Sky. Okay, this one is super complicated. Mainly because I really want to get into these games. I really do. I cannot get past the first game to save the life of me. I get so bored at the pacing of the game that everybody tells me near the end of the game is when the story picks up. I just don't want to play 40, 50 hours of this just to get to the end where the story gets good, you know? So I'm gonna be honest, it's got to go in D. It has to. It has to go in D, just straight up, because I want to play like Cold Steel. I want to play, you know, the Trails in the Daybreak. Like, I want to play those, but everybody tells me I got to play all these like 100 other ones. So hopefully with the remaster that comes out, they fix some of that. But again, I'll leave that up until that comes out. As of right now, it stands at D. So I hope that's not a unpopular opinion. But next we have Yakuza Like a Dragon. Yep. If you play the first Like a Dragon, okay, so actually this is not as easy as I thought. Yakuza Like a Dragon is one of my favorite games of all time. I cried when I beat it. I cried when I was playing it. It was one of the funniest games, most heartfelt games. It was one of the best games I've ever played, period. I would 100% delete my memory just to play it all over again. And then I played Infinite Wealth, which I thought was great. However, the DLC Dungeon plus New Game Plus thing really soured me on it, and I didn't think the story was as good in Infinite Wealth as it was in Like a Dragon. So I'm gonna put it in S tier because, again, the first Like a Dragon is just it's the golden standard. You want any RPG, JRPG. So not better than Final Fantasy, but definitely one of my favorite games of all time. Better than Dark Cloud though, which it's been dethroned. So next we have Lufia. I have not played it. I have always wanted to play it. I've just kind of heard the pacing kind of is a low point with it. So do I want to play it more than Drakengard, Dark Souls, and Final Fantasy Tactics? No. Next we have Lunar. It's the same thing that I heard. It's more of just kind of a relaxed, chill game, but it still looks interesting. So I'm still gonna put it in the desire to play. The Mana game, the Mana series, I should say. I have actually never played this, but it does look really interesting. So it's definitely on a desire to play. I think the newest one that just came out, Visions of Mana or whatever it was called, that one looked like a lot of fun, but I wanted to kind of deep dive into the series before I went to the new one. So maybe I'll make my way around to that one. Next we have the Mega Man games. I can honestly say I did love the Mega Man Adventures games on Game Boy SP or Game Boy Advance, whatever you want to call it. I don't think I ever played it or beat it all the way through, so we're just gonna put D tier, just because I don't remember a lot about it, but I do remember enjoying it. So Monster Rancher, know nothing about it, don't really have a desire to check it out, so goes no desire. Mother. Okay, so here's the thing. I know Mother has this legendary reputation. It's one of the JRPG goats with Ness and Lucas and everybody, but I've never played it, so this time we're just gonna put it in the desire. Now, do I want to play it more than Mana? Yes. Do I want to play it more than Dark Souls and Final Fantasy Tactics? No. So, mainly because while I do like the franchise of Mother and everything, the one thing I don't like is just the first person perspective of the combat. I just love seeing the characters do their attacks. So, kind of an unpopular opinion, especially because I put Dragon Quest up there. So, you know, I definitely think my opinions changed on it, but at the time, that was my issue. So, all right. So the next one is Mystery Dungeon Shiren. I know nothing about it. Just put it right there. Neptuna. I know nothing about it. I don't really desire to play it. Ni no Kuni, the series. I think the first one's incredible. I also think the second one is incredible. It might be an unpopular opinion, but we're definitely going to go A tier for Ni no Kuni, just because I think Ni no Kuni is underrated in the franchise, and I think if we had a third one, it'd be awesome. I would love to play it. So, Nier. So I definitely played Automata. I got one of the endings, and then I was in the middle of the second playthrough or something, and I just kind of lost interest, or something happened. I can't remember what it was. But we're gonna go B tier just because I did enjoy my time with it. I just need to play the rest of the franchises, or the rest of the games of the franchise. So, next we have Neo. I was super into Neo when it first came out. I played the alpha before it came out, and I really want to play this new one. But the problem is that I haven't beat the first or the second one, and I have such a hard time playing the first one because I get so far and then I die and I lose all my progress. So I'm gonna go with B, just because I did enjoy my time with the first one. Haven't played the second one, so. Octopath Traveler. I'm gonna go A tier for that one, just because I think, well, the unpopular opinion is I really did love the first Octopath Traveler. I think I've put like 100 hours into it, so. I loved Octopath Traveler. I didn't like the fact they didn't interact with each other, but it wasn't that big of a game-breaking deal for me. It felt more like 8 interconnected stories that you guys just happened to be on a journey together. And then the second one just made it a million times better. I haven't beat either Octopath yet, but I definitely loved my time with the 60 or so hours that I was in there. So, okay, so Neo, it's gonna go in the B tier. Next we have Ogre Battle. So I have played the Tactics Ogre remake, and I played it on PSP when it first came out a long time ago, War of the Lion or whatever it was called. I did enjoy my time with it. I thought it was good, but it just didn't hook me like it was supposed to. Like, I felt like I was supposed to be more hooked than I actually was. And maybe I'm just not a fan of those types of like tactics type games, but I think I'm gonna have to go D tier for this. Mainly, like I said, the problem is that I don't know, maybe if I replay it again, it just didn't hook me. I felt like it just took way too long to get to the good stuff. So Paper Mario. Whew. Paper Mario. Oh god. This is tough. I definitely think it belongs in S tier, but I don't know if I could put it over Chrono, Ni no Kuni, and Octopath. I could definitely put it over Octopath. Definitely over Nino. I don't think I can put it over Chrono, though. Yeah, we'll go A tier. So Paper Mario is gonna go in A tier. The first one is my favorite one on the Nintendo 64. I remember it being probably, I don't want to say revolutionary, that just sounds like really weird to say, but I remember it being such an important piece of my childhood when I first got Paper Mario for the first time, because it was so unique in what it was trying to do. Like, I was like, oh, turn-based Mario combat, oh, I get companions, oh, there's this grand quest. So, and not to mention, Thousand Year Door is one of the best like Mario games of all time, you know. So I actually was playing the remaster for a little bit on my Switch, and I just kind of stopped. But the thing that really just kind of stops me from putting in the S tier is like it kind of turns into a slog near the halfway points of Paper Mario games, and it's not really a bad thing. It just, there's just one dungeon or map that I'm just like, ugh, it's this part. So while I do think it's great, it's gonna stay in A tier. So next we have Parasite Eve. This is probably one of the few games that I've like I want to play so freaking bad. It's hard to like find this game. Now, I have been to like a lot of like secondhand shops and video game stores, and they're like $400 asking prices for these PlayStation games, and I'm just like, I can't justify that. So it's gonna go in the desire to play. It's easily my most anticipated. I especially want to play the first one because it looks so damn interesting. Okay, next we have Persona. It's definitely gonna go in S tier. I don't think it's better than Final Fantasy or Yakuza. It's not better than Dark Cloud. It's definitely better than Kingdom Hearts. All right, so I mean, Persona 5 Royal, I played the vanilla. I didn't manage to beat Royal, but Persona 5, even though it's been kind of beat to death by a corpse, it's still one of the best games in the franchise. I did play a lot of Persona 3, and I really did love that. And then I'm really looking forward to Persona 4 because I played the Golden on PC for several weeks. So I'm definitely looking forward to that. And they have just so many games that are just up here. So it's got to go in S tier. Phantasy Star, I'm gonna be honest, it's gonna be in the F tier. You know what? Yeah, it's just gonna go in F tier. I did play it growing up. I did have some fun with it with my friends at the time. The problem is that I revisited the franchise when I was much older, and I realized that the game was not that good. So it's gonna go in F. I just didn't enjoy my time with it. Next, we have Pokemon. This is the flagship series. I'm gonna be honest, it's I don't think I can put this in B tier just because I can't always fire up a Pokemon game and enjoy it. Like, there's certain Pokemon games that I like more than others. So it's gonna go in the C tier. It's gonna go above Dot Hack for sure. I just think the unfortunate run of Sword and Shield really just kind of put a sour taste in my mouth, because while I thought Sword and Shield was fun, it just got way too easy. Now, obviously, they've had Legends of Arceus, they've had Ruby or Violet and whatever the other one is, and I haven't checked those out. I just think Pokemon as a franchise is kind of ballooned a little too much, so it's not as tight as it should be. So it might be a little bit of unpopular opinion, but I definitely think Pokemon has a lot of misses when it comes to the franchise. So Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, this one's just gonna go in D tier. I think the Mystery Dungeon games are actually pretty good for the most part. I just don't really look forward to a Mystery Dungeon game, so it's gonna go in D tier for right now. Next, we have this series called Popolo Croix. What is it? Don't know. Never heard of it. It's gonna go in, just for the name, we'll put it in the desired play. It's a really interesting name. Rune Factory. Have no desire to play. I'm not really a farming sim type of guy. I mean, I did like Stardew, but that was about it. So, not really on my radar. The Saga games. I'm going to be so honest with you guys. I honestly want to put Saga at the F tier, just because I've been trying to play Scarlets of Grace. It is just not fun. Like, I'm having a miserable time because I don't understand how to play the games. And I know, during the PlayStation, early PlayStation era, they didn't have tutorials and you just kind of figured it out. And Saga games are sort of like the mythos is just playing it and figuring it out. So it's not gonna go in F, just because the new one that they released I think looks really interesting. So we're gonna put it in a desire to play. It's gonna be very low though, so we'll just put it on a desire to play. I'm not gonna use Tales of Grace as a standing point. I only played 30 minutes of it. So Sakura Wars, not interested, know nothing about it. Next, we have Shin Megami Tensei. I've played Nocturne, I think it was the remaster for the PlayStation. I didn't really enjoy it all that much, to be honest. It just, I didn't really get the point. I thought the world and the story was interesting, but I didn't see the hype, and I didn't even get the fifth one because I was just like, okay, this is just kind of what it is, like a Persona Pokemon type thing. But again, I could be wrong. Maybe there's more to it. I don't know, but we're just gonna put it in D tier. Definitely above Pokemon Mystery Dungeon. So Shining Force, I don't know much about it, so we're gonna put that in the no desire. Soul Blazer, know nothing about it, no desire. And then Star Ocean. Star Ocean is very, very hard for me to grade, because To the End of Time is one of my favorite Star Ocean games, but then Integrity and Faithlessness is one of my worst games of all time. So there is a very interesting middle ground here that I have to find this at, because I definitely didn't enjoy it each time. I remember getting motion sickness from one of them, but then Star Ocean: The Divine Force was awesome. That was I was like, oh, this is Star Ocean. This is exactly what I wanted. So it's so hard for me to grade this, but I think it's gonna have to go to, it's gotta go B. It has to. Did I enjoy Integrity and Faithful? You know what? No, I can't do that. It's gotta go C. Just for integrity's sake, it has to go C, because it has quite a few misses. Okay, and I really did not like the first Star Ocean remastered, and that might be an unpopular opinion, but I couldn't do it. I couldn't get into it, so that's where I'm gonna draw that at. Suikoden, I definitely want to play these games. It's my most desired to play. I have not gotten the remasters yet, but there is a very funny history with this. I did buy Suikoden 3, I think, on my PS3 forever ago. And I remember being so lost because it didn't explain the combat, it didn't explain the story, it didn't explain anything, and there was no direction, and I hated it. But I want to give this another chance, and I want to kind of revisit it because I think there's something there that I would really enjoy. So it's just going to go on my desire to play. I don't think it's fair to judge that at that point. So Summon Night, no idea, no desire. Super Mario RPG, this is also a game I really want to play. I actually have owned this for a very long time. The only problem is I just haven't started playing it. So as you can see, there's other games that I want to play above it, but I do still want to play it. So Tales of series, that's going to be a B tier for sure. It's definitely going to go over Neo. I think I played just about all of the recent entries. Arise was one of my favorites. To unpopular opinion, I did like Zestiria. I did like that one a lot. Tales of Berseria was really good. Tales of the Abyss was great. I haven't played Tales of Symphonia just because I think the remasters unfortunately keep dog shitting it. So there's definitely some that I want to play, like Tales of the Graces F remastered. I also really want to revisit Tales of Exilia or Exilia. Because I think, unfortunately, that game just gets a bad rap for no reason. So I think that's one of those games I really, really want to play at one point. But I definitely have enjoyed it each time I played one. So next we have Valkyria Chronicles. I'm not a huge fan of this. I did play Valkyria Chronicles, I think it was like 3 or 2 or something, and I didn't understand the hype. I didn't get it. The combat was fun, but I just didn't get it. So it's just gonna go in D tier. It's gonna go right behind Grandia. I definitely think it's better than all these other franchises for sure. But again, I just don't get the hype. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. Valkyria Profile F. I bought Valkyria Profile or Elysium, whatever it was, on PS4. I hated it. It sucked. I didn't want to play it. So Wild Arms, I have a intense desire to play Wild Arms. I did have PlayStation Plus a while back. The only problem was every time I was trying to play the first one, every single time something came up, so I didn't get a chance to really dive into the series. It looked super interesting. The problem again with these PS1 games is they don't explain anything to you, so the learning curve is always usually pretty steep. So definitely want to check it out still though. Next we got Xenoblade Chronicles. I've only played the second one and a little bit of the first one, but I did enjoy it each time. So and I hear the third one's even better than all of them. So we're definitely gonna put this in B tier. I would probably put that. You know what? Let's redo this real quick. Okay, this is a much more accurate statement of B tier. Xenoblade is definitely an enjoyable one, but I think I get more out of Tales of series. So while Xenoblade 2 is awesome, I think Xenoblade 1 is even better. I gotta finish them. They're just super long. So Yokai Watch, I know nothing about it. All right, and then the YS series or YS. So I haven't played a lot of YS games. I've only played one, and it was the Lachrymose of Dana, and I thought that was easily one of my favorite JRPGs that year because it was such a great adventure on just a tropical island where you're just kind of uncovering this mystery of the island and the history of it. I just unfortunately don't like that Adol is this continuation character because I'm compelled to know more about him, but they don't really expound on it because you got to play the other games. So I'm definitely thinking I'm gonna go C tier for this. It's not better than the highs of Star Ocean. It's not better than the highs of Pokemon. I think it's definitely better than Dot Hack, mainly because I think YS has a sort of consistent like arc to it. So yeah, that's my tier list. So again, just kind of wrap it all up. In the S tier we got Final Fantasy, Yakuza, Like a Dragon, Dark Cloud, Persona, Kingdom Hearts, and Dragon Quest. A tier I put Chrono series, Paper Mario, Ni no Kuni, and Octopath Traveler. Then you got your B tier, which is Tales, Xenoblade, Nier, Neo. C, you got Star Ocean, Pokemon, YS, Dot Hack, Golden Sun, Fire Emblem. And then the D tier, I'm not going to read all that out for you guys. And then obviously the F tier, which we only put 4 games, which I'm really surprised. I thought there was going to be more. But Valkyria Profile, Phantasy Star, Daisegia, and Dragon's Dogma. And then there's a lot, I think Desire to Play has the most, just because I think this was a little more subjective because like Suikoden I have played, but I just haven't dove into it. Dark Souls, I've played the others of the franchise, but not the main series. So like there's a lot of caveats to desire to play, but I just wanted to kind of, whatever was written, that's just kind of what I wanted to base it off of. So this is my tier list of JRPG, RPG franchises. What do you guys think in the comments below? Tell me, do you agree with this list? What would you put in your tier list? Are there some games that I got wrong? And of these desire to plays, which ones should I check out first? You know, and then if there's no desire to play in the tier that I should be playing, let me know. I'm actually very curious to hear like why I should be checking these out, because again, I don't know anything about some of them. So, you know, enlighten me. And then finally, you know, I thank you guys so much for watching this. I hope you enjoy this type of content. Let me know if you want to see more tiers. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, all that YouTube stuff. Take your shorts off, run around outside, whatever it is you like to do. I just hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.